Philippians 4:6-7. Peace in the middle of panic. From one Bible verse, SW. The walls were closing in. My vision blurred, hands trembling, heart pounding like a war drum. I couldn't breathe, couldn't think, just panic. And then, like a whisper in a hurricane, I heard it. Do not be anxious about anything. I was 34, a mother of 2, balancing work, family, and grief. My dad had passed away suddenly 6 months earlier, and though I tried to stay strong for everyone else, something inside me had cracked. I smiled at birthday parties, answered emails with exclamation marks, and said, "I'm fine," 100 times a week. But at night, the fear came. What if I couldn't hold everything together? What if I failed my kids? What if I never felt normal again? The panic attacks started small. Dizziness, sweaty palms, shortness of breath. But one morning in the grocery store, it hit like a tidal wave. I dropped a bag of frozen peas, collapsed near the dairy aisle, and sobbed uncontrollably while strangers looked on. It was humiliating. It was terrifying. I called my sister, who picked me up and didn't say a word until we got home. She just handed me a note card and said, "This verse saved me once. Maybe it will help you too." On it was Philippians 4:6-7. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. It didn't cure me in that moment, but it gave me something I hadn't had in weeks, a place to start. That night, I read the verse over and over. I wrote it on sticky notes and placed them on my bathroom mirror, my car dashboard, even inside my planner. Every panic attack became a kuna to fear, but to pray. At first, it felt mechanical. God, help me. God, please. But the more I prayed, the more real He became. I started giving Him the actual weight I was carrying: my father's death, the pressure at work, the fear of being alone in my pain. Then something shifted. The panic didn't disappear, but now, when it came, it found me ready, grounded. I would close my eyes and speak Philippians 4:6-7 aloud, like armor, sometimes through tears, sometimes through clenched teeth, but every time, peace followed. Not the kind the world offers, temporary, shallow. No, this peace was different. It didn't make sense. It came in the middle of the chaos, not after it ended. It stood guard over my mind like a soldier, strong, steady, divine. I began attending a small prayer group at church. Sharing my story felt vulnerable at first, but soon I realized I wasn't alone. Anxiety has many faces: but the answer is always the same. The presence of Jesus. It's been over a year since my first collapse in that grocery store. I still have hard days, but I no longer live in fear of the next wave, because I know who calms the storm. When I feel it rising, I turn to Him. Do not be anxious, and the peace comes again. Sometimes slow, sometimes instant, but always faithful. If you're in the middle of panic, I want you to know, peace is possible. Not because the world calms down, but because God steps in. His word is more than ink on a page. It's breath in your lungs. It's a promise in your pain. Share and comment this if you believe God still writes the best stories.